Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here, you guys. Today is the day. Today is the day that I got to sit down and talk to Taz. I'm so thrilled. We got along so well, and she is just wonderful. So I can't wait for you to hear our conversation. So let's just jump right on into it. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions. If you didn't hear yours asked, we kind of ran short on time a little bit. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning, but all good. No problem. Interview turned out great, but I will have her on again really soon and we'll get the rest of your questions asked. But thank you guys for submitting them. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And thank you to Taz. Definitely make sure you check out all of her wonderful videos. You know, I'm a big fan of her, so this was a dream come true for me. Thank you to everybody who was so encouraging online about us talking. I'm just so glad of how it all turned out. So without further ado, let's take a look at my sit down with Taz. Taz, thank you so much for agreeing to talk to me. I really appreciate it.
No, I'm really excited to be on. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, everybody that's watched my channel knows that I have a long time talked about you are my dream guest. So I'm just like on
Really?
cloud.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you
I
and
love
Lady
that.
C. I'm just and I always wanted to talk to HG Tutor. I just got to talk to him, so I'm a very happy
Oh,
girl.
really? Oh, do you know what?
Yes.
He put a message out for me to get in touch with him, and I did, and I haven't heard anything. I'll have to try and reach out again. But
Oh, yeah. I can help offline if that's something you're interested in. But yeah,
yeah, maybe, yeah.
yeah, he's great and I love talking to him, but you've always been on my list. I've always made no secret of it, and so I'm
Oh,
just
wow. It was actually people that got in touch with me and said, "Have you thought about speaking with
Mhm.
Jen?" And I'll be honest, I don't watch YouTubers. The only person I will occasionally, and I very rarely watch him now, was
Uh-huh.
the body language guy,
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Jesus,
Jesus,
Enrique Roses.
yeah. Uh-huh.
I used to watch his videos, but I don't watch the lives. It's like working in a chocolate factory. You wouldn't eat
Uh-huh.
chocolate, and
Yes.
I associate YouTube with work now. So I'm like,
Yes. And I always say I'm afraid like you're one of my favorites and I always love watching you, but I can't watch you until after I've talked to someone because I never want to accidentally borrow anything without
yeah.
crediting. So,
Well, it's so easy to cross streams, as it
yeah.
were, with us anyway, because we talk about the same subjects. We're reading the same stuff. I would never have a problem with anyone. I used to have
Sure.
people say, "Oh, this person's copying you." It's like,
Uh,
well, we're talking about Harry and
yeah.
Meghan or the royal family. Of course, the subject's going to be the same.
That's
But
right.
but
Similar
yeah, it's
opinions, yes. What motivated you to start your channel?
well, I couldn't believe what I was seeing when all of these stories were coming out about Meghan, and you had people saying stuff or in newspapers and on social media and in the comment sections under news articles, and people saying like, "There's something not right about her. I think she's causing problems. She's a bit of a drama queen." There seems to be all this stuff coming out, and I could see it, and
Mhm.
other people couldn't see it, and I started, I guess, on forums and just chatting to people. And there were lots of like minded people saying that, yeah, I can't believe people cannot see that this woman's potentially trouble.
Yeah.
And yeah, other people were praising, saying, "Oh, you can't say anything bad against her."
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't saying anything horrible. It was just she had a lot of red flags about her where I thought that Harry's already beginning to let her take front and center, and
Yeah.
people were praising it. And it's, as I said, it was just that red flag sort of feeling. But then I came onto Twitter. I'd started a Twitter account many years ago, but I never really used it. I didn't get it. So
Uh-huh.
it laid dormant, bar one or two tweets I've done.
Mhm.
And then I came across Royal Twitter and I made friends with people. And there's another YouTuber called Murky Meg. We started
Uh-huh.
chatting, and with her help, she helped me set up my YouTube channel. She
Oh,
showed me how to do it. And then, yeah, it all started off really. It was just a bit of fun, bit of a
mhm.
hobby. And then, well,
That's incredible. Yeah, so I followed you a long time. I traced you back to August of 2019, and it looks like that's still one of your big videos, Why I Don't Like Meghan Markle. 906,000 views. That's incredible.
I know it's almost up to 1 million. When that reaches, I'm gonna be like,
No, everybody go watch that video so we can push it over a
yeah, get up to
million.
1 million.
That's incredible. Do you have a process for deciding what you like to cover with this stuff?
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, as you know from watching my videos, I do like talking about the royal family.
Mhm.
It started off more about the Meghan and Harry sort of dramas, but I tend to spend more of my time now talking about all of the positive things and the wonderful things that we hear about our royal family, plus obviously some nice, fun, gossipy stories about them.
Yeah.
I just cherry pick what I find interesting. I could put out content every single day, and I know some YouTubers work extremely hard doing that. I've got
Mhm.
another job as well, so I can't necessarily be doing that like I used to.
Sure.
But it's things that make me, either I'm annoyed about it or I think, oh, that's so lovely. So I
Uh-huh.
said I genuinely do love reading about our royals and the charities and organizations and the things that
Uh-huh.
they get up to. And I think it's really important to remind people that Harry and Meghan are not a representation of the royal family. They were so never a good fit for it. Well, Harry
Yes. Uh-huh.
was up until he met his soulmate.
Yes.
But
His
yeah.
yeah, his soulmate. Yeah. Does he
But it's
have a soul? Yeah.
well, these days I think it's been sucked out of him, judging
That's
by the state
right.
he seems to be
I
in.
think you're right.
But it is stuff that I find interesting myself. Otherwise, as I said, I could continuously put stuff out there, but
Yeah.
I'd be a bit flat if it wasn't anything that was that interesting to me. So I
Sure.
cherry pick.
That's good. Tell me, what's your favorite thing to come out of creating your channel?
The community.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's unbelievable the amount of people that have now subscribed to my channel. I mean,
Mhm.
it's absolutely insane. I mean, I remember when I had 100 people, but
Uh-huh.
it's it's the type of people that you've got. I've seen people that have followed me from the beginning. I've seen people form friendships. There's people every time I
Uh-huh.
post a video, I recognize people's names, their handles. I know little things about their
Mm.
lives, their dogs,
Uh-huh.
and it's such a good community. And in in the beginning, I had a few issues where there were obviously a lot of trolls going on, and
Uh-huh.
gradually I've learned how to deal with that. I've blocked people. I
Uh-huh.
know how to restrict certain things, and just
Yeah.
generally on the whole, I love it. It's my best bit of going through recording, researching, recording, editing, and then I sit back and I do genuinely enjoy logging on and reading everybody's comments, chatting with people afterwards. So yeah, that's the best bit
Mm.
about it for me.
That's wonderful. I feel the exact same way. That's awesome. I love it. It's been such a nice benefit to meet other YouTubers and meet people in the chat and
Yeah, people from all
conversations.
around the world. It's amazing. There's
Yes.
people like watching from Japan and South
Mhm.
America, and you just can't
Oh,
believe that it's like, oh wow, this is Singapore, Australia, and you're like,
yes.
wow, this is crazy. It's little old
Incredible.
me in my living room.
Yes. You'll have to do a world tour. I love it. That's
Yeah.
great. So, I definitely am gonna get into the royal family questions. I just have a few fun get to know you questions, if you don't mind, because
No,
again, talking to HG, he did such a good job asking not personal, but get to know you questions. So I'd like to ask you just a couple because I want to get to know you more.
fire away.
Do you have a movie that you can watch over and over again?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me.
Practical Magic. And I love
Sandra
it. It's my
Bullock,
favorite
Nicole
favorite
Kidman.
film in the entire world. And
Mhm.
I found out that Nicole Kidman
Uh-huh.
and Sandra Bullock are doing Practical Magic too. I am
Yes.
so excited.
Do we have a date on that? I heard rumblings. I didn't know that was official.
Yeah, it's official. It's happening. It's coming together, and I'm really pumped about that. And also Jaws. I know it's a bit of
Jaws.
a different
Okay.
one, but if I can't find anything to watch, it will be Practical Magic
Uh,
or Jaws. It depends what mood I'm in. Do I want to
yes.
see people get eaten by a shark, or do I want to watch a nice romantic fun film?
I live in Florida. It's like the shark attack capital, so I can't watch Jaws, but I'm with you on
Yeah.
Practical Magic.
I love it. As soon as I even hear the music, sometimes people use the theme tune for Practical Magic on their Instagram stories, and straight away I'm like, oh, yes, I'm going to watch that tonight now.
Yes. Oh my gosh, same. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Do you have a favorite TV show?
There's been loads over the years. They
Mhm.
pump them out so quickly now, and
Okay.
we only have so many episodes and we have to wait a year before the next one comes out. So
Mhm.
it does change. At one
Sure.
point, I was obsessed with Stranger Things, and then I go through binge watching Bridgerton. I do like my period dramas. I've
Me
got the Gilded
too.
Age and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't get into Downton Abbey. I couldn't. I tried. My
Okay.
mum cannot believe it because she knows that I watch period films and dramas on repeat. But Downton Abbey, just I tried
Yeah.
3.5 episodes. I pushed myself, and I was like, nope, not
Yeah.
happening. Not
Couldn't get
happening.
into it.
No.
Um, I will say you made me laugh so hard because I love Bridgerton. Well, I love Bridgerton kinda. This last season ticked me off, but,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
you
That
watched it
last
with
season.
your mom.
Huh?
You talked about watching it with your mom.
Now, my mum get together and we watch Bridgerton together.
Uh-huh.
So there obviously season
That
two wasn't
carriage. Uh-huh.
season 2 wasn't as bad because they had the sex scene, the major sex scene,
Yes.
like pretty much in the last 2 episodes. Whereas the
Uh-huh.
first season, well, whoo, that's what everyone got everyone hooked watching it. But
Yes.
yeah, there were moments where I'm sitting there on the sofa, like
Mhm.
looking at my mum, like, oh, I'm gonna want a cup of tea. Do you want a cup of tea? I'm gonna make a cup of tea.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that carriage
yeah.
scene, but yeah. Mhm.
That made myself go red, even reminding
I know.
myself about it then.
I had secondhand embarrassment for you, and I was, again, home on my couch watching it.
Yeah, there were a
Mhm.
few bits in this latest season, but I will admit I'm not the biggest fan of this latest season. I don't
No.
think they did Colin and Penelope justice. I think that considering it was meant to be their season,
Yeah.
they were almost like the side act. They made it more about Benedict's
Absolutely.
sordid sex life, which ruined it for
Yes.
me. Sorry,
Absolutely. Nope.
I'm all up for LGBT when it suits and
Sure.
that, but Benedict, how am I meant to fall in love with him for the next season now, knowing that he's
Yeah.
well, let's just say he's got an extensive appetite.
There you go. I couldn't agree more. They just didn't do Penelope justice, and I love Penelope.
They didn't.
I
They did.
agree.
And they ruined Benedict.
Yes, I know, I know. Do you have a favorite podcast that you enjoy?
No, do you know what? I don't. I
Okay.
don't listen to podcasts. My husband loves podcasts, but yeah,
Okay.
no, I don't listen to any of them. The only thing that I get close to is I've now got to the point where I've started listening to audiobooks.
Oh, okay. Same.
I can do stuff when I'm driving or when I'm
Uh-huh.
shopping, and then I just pop it in and yeah.
Uh-huh. Is there one that you're listening to now or just kind of
Yes, I'm
Oh.
working my way through Sarah J. Maas. Oh, these
Oh,
books are fantastic.
you like them. Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'm on the final book. She's in the middle of writing book number 6, so I've really slowed down how much I'm listening to,
Oh,
hoping that the author will release a new book. But yeah,
yeah.
Sarah J. Maas, and it's A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's a book series.
Uh-huh.
It's really good. It's a little bit naughty.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Thank you for the recommendation. And I know you and your husband love to travel. Same. What's your dream travel destination?
Ooh,
I know.
okay, there's two.
Okay.
There's two. Norway for whale watching
Okay.
and the Galapagos Islands for scuba diving. That would,
Incredible.
yeah. Yeah, anything with wildlife, really. We're real suckers for it. So yeah, that would be pretty incredible.
Oh, yeah, I'm guessing so.
Very different in temperature wise, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. But that's good. You need to experience both. I'm right there with you. That sounds amazing. Great pick.
Yeah, we haven't done a snow holiday yet. We'd like to.
Okay.
One of the holidays that I do see occasionally, but it's so expensive, is
Uh-huh.
not so much as Lapland for the kids, but you can kind of go to an adult Christmas one where you stay in these little glass dome igloos, and then you might see the Northern Lights, but you definitely see the stars. You can stay in the ice hotel, and you can go husky sleigh riding. And I really love the idea of it. And then I think we can save up, we can do this. And then when you see it's about £8,000 for like 4 days, you think, nah.
Yeah. Put me in a Four Seasons for that. Yeah. And then if you could have any guest on your channel, who would you have?
You know, I've never had a guest. I've never had a guest. I have only recently started being guests on other people's channels. Yeah. I haven't done a live. Well, I did one a long time ago, but we don't talk about that. And yeah, no, I haven't. So if I ever actually have a guest on my channel, Jen, you will be my first guest. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you will be. You will be my first guest. So there you go. When I eventually get it together and I'm going to start doing that, you can be my first guest.
Oh, Taz, you have made my day. You have no idea. Cheers. Thank you so much for that. Oh,
my pleasure. And I'll be asking you lots of questions then.
I look forward to it. We'll talk about Bridgerton some more. I love it. Yes. That's awesome. Well, thank you for that. And then who is your celebrity crush? Do you have one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So the husband's gone out to the gym. I can talk about this.
Okay, good.
Pablo Schreiber.
Ooh, tell me. Who's Pablo Schreiber? Do I know who this is?
Oh, he was. Oh God, he's been in so many things. He played the Irish gods in a TV series. Oh, I can't even think of the name of it. Okay, most recently he was in Halo, the
Oh,
TV adaptation of the computer game.
okay.
He's the main character in it, and that man.
I've
Get
Googled
him.
him.
Did you
I
Google
wish
him?
you well. I'm putting him up on the screen right now. Oh, hello.
Yeah. Yep. That's Pablo. And yes,
Hi,
absolutely.
Pablo. Yeah. Hello, Pablo. Oh, I get it. I completely get it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some questions about the royal family.
Ooh.
I heard you describe yourself as a royalist. Me too. Who is your favorite and why is it Catherine? No, who's your favorite?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, I like so many of them. I
Mhm.
love Catherine and William. I love them individually. I love them together as a couple. I love them as parents.
Uh-huh.
I like Princess Anne. I loved Prince Philip. I really miss Prince Philip.
Oh, yeah.
I loved his sense of humor.
Uh-huh.
It was like losing a granddad, in a way, when obviously,
Mhm.
and then the Queen as well. Um, I like Princess Beatrice.
Oh, do you?
And
Okay. Uh-huh.
I do really like her, and I think
Uh-huh.
that she's going to make a decent working royal. I think that she's very loyal to the crown and to her family. I think she's got what it takes to be a working royal. Whilst I do agree with maybe we don't need any more fully taxpayer funded royals, but
Sure.
she's the right age group for when the others start getting older. I mean, even the
Sure.
ones that are now helping King Charles and Queen Camilla out. The
Mhm.
Duke of Kent is pretty much on his last few engagements. He's given up everything else.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to need younger royals with their
Sure.
boots on the ground, as it were. And Lady Louise looks like that she's more interested in her education, which is
Yes.
fantastic.
Sure.
And her, yeah. So, but yes, I like them. I love Zara.
Oh, yeah.
Zara's
Uh-huh.
Zara and Mike. I mean, I know they're not. Well, they're part of the royal family,
Mhm.
obviously, but
Sure.
they're not working royals, as it were.
Uh-huh.
But Zara and Mike, I love watching them at any event that they go to. They're absolutely hilarious. They're the
Me
two that you want to go down the pub with.
Yes, and I think isn't today I mean, this will be recorded on a different day, but, today's their anniversary, I think, isn't
Oh, is
it?
it?
12
Oh,
years, yeah, I think so, or no, it'd be longer
yeah.
than
Cute
yeah, I
family,
believe
cute
it's
kids. They're just, yeah, they're
yeah,
really funny. They're good fun. I like them a lot.
that's awesome, yeah, great,
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with all of it. Have
Yeah.
you
And literally, it's just not most of them, really.
yeah.
Yeah. Probably
Have you
easy to say who you don't like.
yeah, true. I'm sure our similar yeah, we would have similar lists on that. Have you been able to meet any of the royal family?
No, I
Mhm,
haven't. I could have at one
mhm,
point. I was going to my friend's school down
mhm.
in Brighton. It's one of the brief times that Harry and Meghan actually dipped their toe into
Uh,
Sussex, but I didn't go in the end.
okay.
I wasn't that particularly that interested, to be very
No.
frank, Harry and Meghan. But no, I mean, I like to at some point. I would like to at some point,
I
maybe,
gotcha.
maybe. Who knows? Who knows what the
I
future's going to bring?
well, it is like one of those, do you meet the people that you know what I mean, that you love like that? I don't
I
know.
like admiring from afar. No, I'm sure if there was an event, the thing is with me, as most people know that follow me, I
Uh-huh.
can't handle crowds. And
Okay.
at any event that they're at,
Sure. It's gonna be
it would
big.
just be so rammed. I was really
Mhm.
jealous when Brittany from Royal News Network,
Yes.
I was happy for her. I was jealous but happy for her
Yes, of course.
when
Yes.
she got to meet Catherine, but I wouldn't have been able to handle being by the rails and waiting with that number of people around me. So the
Sure.
chances of me actually getting a chance to meet the royals would be pure fluke.
Oh, well, that actually did happen to me. I by pure fluke, I
What?
was at coronation and my husband and my child and I were crossing the street and they stopped us and King Charles just comes by and waves at us. So my daughter tells her class, "The king
Oh,
waved to me." So,
wow!
how crazy.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
not exactly meeting, but I take the wave as a hi friend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's closer than what most people have ever got.
That's right. We had only been in England for a couple hours. It's just unbelievable. So
All right. Bragging now.
I
You're
know.
bragging a bit.
So, yeah, of course, my daughter now thinks this is a thing. I'm like, "No, no, no, it's not." Um,
Yeah, she'll be greeted by the royals every time she
that's
visits the
right.
UK. Yeah.
We got to see Princess Anne, same thing. So she thinks this is a thing. Yeah,
Oh, bless her.
I know. If you could be invited to a royal event, what event would you pick? I know
Oh,
crowds. I know.
oh,
Sorry.
that's a tough one.
Tell me it'll be a state dinner so I could see you in a fancy ball gown. Tell me.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that would be impressive. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think I've got the credentials to ever be
Oh,
invited to an event like that. If anybody out there, if there's a duke or a baron or anything wants a
that's
plus one, I'm occasionally available. But
that's right.
I mean, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? That
Of
would be pretty
course.
cool.
Yeah.
But I would take just going to a garden party at Buckingham Palace, I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Or Royal Ascot.
Oh, yeah, that would be lovely. I would
Yeah.
love that.
I want to wear the hat.
Yes!
I'm actually going to Royal Ascot next year with my friends. So you
Oh,
might actually next year get the actual photos of me in a really nice dress, trying to navigate in tiny heels and a big old hat. And I will wear a big hat.
oh. Well, speaking of fabulous outfit, tell us about Lady C's ball. That's the biggest question I got. Tell us about Lady C's ball, please. Your outfit
Um,
was beautiful.
oh, thank you. I love that dress. I was so happy with it. It just fit
Yes.
perfectly. And my husband, oh, he looked absolutely
So
gorgeous. We were talking
handsome.
about Pablo Schreiber earlier. I mean, he had nothing on my husband's inner tux.
So handsome. That's
Yeah, he did look
awesome.
incredible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was great. My friend Caleb came along as well. My friend Amber, she was working as Lady C's, well, she is Lady C's secretary. So that
Oh,
was good. I'd been to Lady C's home before
yeah.
to see where I interviewed her. It was nice meeting lots of different people. We met so many different people. I had people coming up to my husband and I that
Mhm.
started talking to my husband like they knew him, which confused him because he's not actually taking part in any of the YouTube videos. But because I talk about him, he just came
We
back from having a
know
faith.
him. Yeah.
Pardon?
I said, so
Yeah,
we know him. Yes.
yeah. And then he come over to me. He just started talking to me about when are we going kayaking next? And I was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I put that in there. But yeah, no, he chatted. We made quite a few friends that night, which was nice. But
That's
all the
amazing.
girls in
Uh-huh.
the ball gowns, there were princesses there. There was a prince. I started
Oh.
chatting to a princess in the toilets who
Oh.
started telling me that she found it a bit surreal sometimes. It was more of her dad's thing than hers. And I'm like, you find it surreal? I'm in the ladies' toilets at Lady Colin Campbell's castle talking to a princess. I find this moment a bit surreal.
Oh my gosh, that's
So yeah.
incredible.
But
Oh,
yeah, it was good. I mean, to see my
yes.
husband in a tux and to be able to wear such a beautiful dress, and my hair was done. I love that hairpiece that I had. So.
Beautiful. Yes. Did you keep the hairpiece on all night? I couldn't tell in the picture.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I did. It only
Oh,
started getting very loose towards midnight
uh-huh. Oh, like
before everything.
Cinderella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Everything changed into a pumpkin.
That's perfect. And then they asked, what did she serve for dinner?
Oh, you had a variety of things. My husband's vegetarian, so he
Uh-huh.
went for the vegetarian. I remember, what did I have? There was a lot of champagne going around. So
Oh,
my
nice.
memory. I had a fish starter, which
Uh-huh.
was a little medley of fish on a
Uh-huh.
tiny little crispy thing. It's fancy, so it's elf food. You know,
Oh,
when you have tiny food and then you
yeah.
think, I want to be polite, but I want a burger right now.
Yes.
um, and then the main, I think there was a butternut squash dish that I had because I didn't want the
Mm.
meat.
Uh-huh.
And it was a weird dessert. It was meant to
Yeah.
be creme brulee, I think, but it wasn't creme brulee. It didn't look like creme brulee. So I
Okay.
don't really remember at that point. But I had been there for 2 hours, and every time I took a sip, there was a
Mhm.
lovely server behind me topping up my glass. So, a little bit squiffy memories.
Sounds like a good night to me. That sounds
Yeah.
wonderful. And then the next question somebody asked is, how did you select your name? Is there a story behind it?
Oh, well, according to that just came naturally because it was just, well, according to me, I find myself saying that. Well, but Taz, that comes from when I was at college. And this is going to show my age.
We're the
We
same age. It's all good.
you will get this then.
Yes.
So we didn't have computers like
Mhm.
we do now, and we certainly didn't have the mobile phones like we did.
Mhm.
And computer classes were twice a week at school. When I went to college, they were just really starting out the original hotmail.com email addresses.
Uh-huh.
And we just decided to type in our names to see what the computer churned out.
Uh-huh.
So I put in my full name
Uh-huh.
and it came up with a picture of the Tasmanian devil for reasons unbeknown to me. And it just stuck, Taz. And I was Taz in college. So people called me Taz or Tasha.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know why I thought that. I think because Taz has always been That's just always been there. I've used it for all sorts of things over the years. And then I
Uh-huh.
just thought, well, according to Taz. So yeah.
That's perfect. Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. That's so cool. Okay, so sorry to cross into the Megan stuff, but I got to ask you about this.
Oh, ask away.
I know. When did you realize, or when do you think you realized that Megan was toxic?
Ooh, see, toxics.
Toxic may be
Toxic.
yeah, I'm
No,
using
no,
some
no.
open question
No,
here.
no,
Yeah.
no. I agree with the word.
Okay.
It was just I had red flags
Mhm.
more when I thought she was going to be trouble, but by the time I realized that she was toxic, she was a bit
Uh-huh.
further down the line. The
Okay.
toxic behavior I started thinking she really is going to be trouble
Uh-huh.
was when stories started coming out that Harry was cutting off his friends, that Meghan was causing problems at dinner parties, that Harry wasn't allowed to go hunting, Harry had
Mhm.
to not go drinking, Meghan was choosing which of his friends were appropriate. And then with the wedding, it wasn't just not inviting family, it was Harry's some of his long-term friends from childhood, including his former best friend John Inskip. I think it's John Inskip or
Yes.
Inskip Skippy.
Uh-huh. Skippy. Uh-huh.
He he and his wife were only invited to the day part of the wedding, and they weren't allowed to come to the evening party.
Uh-huh.
And Meghan had done that with Harry's. Obviously, he followed his wife, but that to me was that there's red flags all over this. You don't do that. You don't invite. Sure, some people don't invite people to the church or to the
Uh-huh.
ceremony because it's numbers, and then you generally invite all of the people for the evening. And
Sure.
I just thought that's really controlling, coercive. That's
Uh-huh.
when I thought toxic. That's where I was thinking, if this was Princess Eugenie, and
Mhm.
when she got with Jack Brooksbank and he started doing that to her, people would have been kicking up and saying this could potentially turn into an abusive relationship. There's
Yeah.
something very wrong here. He's cutting off his friends, his family, he's falling out with his staff.
Mhm.
Harry was falling out with everyone, anyone and everyone.
Mhm.
So that's when I thought definitely toxic.
That is
But
toxic. Yep. When do you think the red flags started for you? The very beginning. We can
the
go back and
engagement,
watch your video. It's
no,
cool.
that engagement interview, there was
Okay.
just something there. She's
Mhm.
got eyes like a shark.
Uh-huh.
There's me talking about Jaws earlier. That bit where Quinn's talking about, the shark size are completely black, and then when it bites, they roll
Uh-huh.
over and turn white, That was
Uh-huh.
a bit like Meghan, and I thought she's got her teeth into him there. There was just something that was so fake
Yeah.
about the way she was behaving, and yeah, so that was the red flags, but the toxic stuff came in a little bit later.
Absolutely. And then a lot of people ask for your prediction. It's hard to predict. How long do you see them lasting, do you think?
Oh, well, that one's a tough one. Some people
Uh-huh.
said that she would ditch him the moment that she got the ring on the finger, and then it
Uh-huh.
was when they moved to America. I think that those two personally are in the perfect relationship with each other. If they break up, think about the other couples that they think about the other families that they'd affect. They'll find new partners and they'll probably destroy other people's lives as well. So
Uh-huh.
I hope those two, I often do that, stay together like a happy little clan. Those two deserve each other. And obviously they do have children. I don't wish divorce on
Of
anyone
course.
that's got
Yeah.
small children, but I don't know. It's tough to say.
Uh-huh.
Meghan, I do believe, will eventually leave him
Yeah.
because she will find someone else. I think it's
Uh-huh.
a supply and demand sort of relationship.
I
And
think
Harry, he doesn't look happy, but
mhm.
he's stuck. He's burnt every bridge, which Meghan ensured, because
Yeah.
now he's got nowhere to go, has he? And then she can keep him on a hook until she decides to hook another fish, and
I
she
think
will.
I think so too. And then
Yeah.
there's talk of him getting this possible inheritance.
Oh
I know
yeah.
we've heard different stories, so I wondered personally if it will, revolve around
Yeah,
that.
I don't think she'll leave him yet. She's got to line up her ducks, as it were. I
Yes.
think that the children will probably be a little bit older. I mean, I
Uh-huh.
don't know much about the laws in California.
Mhm. That
California. The longer you spend married to someone, the more that you
uh-huh.
get payouts. I mean, there could be a lot really that is going to be with those two staying together for business reasons.
Yeah.
I've said before that I don't actually think they're together anymore anyway, but I do think that they are putting together a front
Mhm.
for all of their contracts and various things. They think that they've got some sort of brand together when quite
Yeah.
clearly they've got a brand. It's just
Yeah.
one that not many people want to buy into. So it's a toxic brand.
I think the exact same thing. I think they've long since, I mean, we heard rumblings of his own place and things, so I think they've long
Oh
since.
yeah. Yeah, even just the way that they interact with each other. No, I
Uh,
don't believe it. He can't seem to hide his face as well as Meghan, but I don't
yes,
think Meghan's acting's that great. She just has that
that Rick
grin.
Discreet. Nothing says happy like death staring at your
And
partner.
hanging on to him.
Oh my goodness. And then my favorite question I got asked for
Ooh.
you is how pissed are you? And I know pissed means something different in the UK. How mad are you for the Sussex of it all? Meaning the name
Oh,
Sussex of all names.
mad, furious, furious. I live in that county. It's my county. This is where I
Yeah,
am.
that's
Um,
right.
I think it's really sad, actually. I think it is
Yeah.
sad because if you type in Sussex, which is one of the most beautiful counties, I'm not just saying that because I live here. It is one. There are many beautiful counties in the UK, but
Uh-huh.
it is really sad because it's with their Sussex.com website as well.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. They've had the titles for so long. I don't really refer to them as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex anyway. If anything, they're
Yeah.
the Duke and Duchess of Montecito. But
Yeah.
I think the Queen, by slapping them down from being able to use Sussex as branding, that did help. I mean, Sussex as a county has got so much of its own merchandise anyway.
Uh-huh.
You know, Sussex bees, Sussex honey, Sussex flowers, Sussex everything. But
Uh-huh.
I suppose at one point it annoyed me more than what it does now. Now I kind of I'm so bored of that couple. I find myself now not even angry over them. I think that they have just become a joke. They're like a comedy strip that just writes itself. They've become as bland and as beige as Meghan's wardrobe.
Yes, I think so too.
And I think
Uh,
everybody's just almost at that point where they're just completely over them. Unless there's something funny that happens. I mean, no one really cares about this RO. No one's really caring about anything that they're doing. Harry's still bitching about his family. Meghan's still wearing of some sort of beige outfit. I mean, they're just so boring now, aren't they?
yes, you called her South by Southwest outfit porridge colored bed sheets, and now it's my favorite description. That's all she wears.
Exactly. She is wearing porridge coloured clothing, and there's nothing more boring than porridge.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
so right. Oh, imagine making your whole personality beige.
Porridge. I mean,
Porridge.
fun.
Yeah. Want some fruit on it. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Do you have a moment of theirs that irks you the most if you have to choose one?
But that irks me.
Yes.
Oh, finding out about Princess Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really, really upsetting. And the way Meghan looked at her in the wedding, I've seen the stills from it. I've seen the slow-mo. And
Mhm.
that little girl looked terrified of her. I don't care what anyone says. And I
Oh.
know there are some people out there that just put these conspiracy theories and the gossip, but that's vile. The way they treated the Queen, absolutely vile. When I
Uh-huh.
saw her do that,
Yes.
honestly, I was
Disgusting.
spitting blood this side of the sofa watching it. I just couldn't
Mhm.
believe it. Just there's so much of it, and I think that's where my anger comes into it. It's not to do with really what they're getting up to or what contracts they sign. I mean, who really cares? They've got to earn their own way in life as long as they're not claiming taxpayers' money. But it's the attacks that they've done on the royal family and all of the accusations which turned out to be lies. The fact that the
Mhm.
Queen and Prince Philip went to their graves with
Oh.
that overhanging them, being called racist,
Mhm.
that he tried to destroy the Queen's legacy. That grandmother loved him so much, and he
So
got
much.
given so much in his entire life. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's where I feel that the anger still simmers with me, their treatment of others, and especially when they preach kindness. So
Yes.
there's too many things with their treatment of other people, including Thomas Markle. I got a
Oh,
soft spot
yeah.
for Thomas. So
Yep. You're so right. I totally agree. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I know it's a tough subject, but you and I both have had serious run-ins with the, as we call them, lemon rats, also known as the Sussex Squad.
oh
Can you
yeah.
tell me just a little bit what you feel comfortable sharing? I know they've given you hell and come after you and your gorgeous
Oh,
husband. I mean,
honestly, the list is endless. It
uh,
started off just calling me fat, and then
mm,
then there'll be
disgusting.
photographs and videos of me posted online. There's still people doing it now. They
Mhm.
edit pictures. But it was
Mhm.
when they came after my family that was a
Oh,
bit harsh. I was seeing pictures of like my dad who died 10 years ago, and
oh
they'd
my
be
God.
talking like it was my dad at me.
Mhm.
It's really, really sick stuff.
Yeah.
We've had police called to our house. We were on
Oh,
holiday. We've
mhm.
had people do all sorts of things.
Oh,
But to be honest with you, no matter what they throw at
Mhm,
me or anyone else,
mhm.
they're so pathetic now. When I
Yeah,
first started, it got to me. Now I just laugh at it. You don't
yeah,
even give them attention. You don't even respond to their comments. As
yeah,
soon as I start seeing something nasty written about me, I just delete, block. They're
yeah.
not worth it. Even this conversation's possibly
Mhm.
not even worth it because they thrive on the attention, thinking
You're
that they
right.
can to you. And these people are nothing more than just sad, pathetic keyboard warriors.
You're absolutely right.
And
Yep.
I do find it sad that obviously I do see some other people getting really affected by it.
Uh-huh.
And the only thing that I would say to anyone that's ever finding themselves being upset by people like that or trolls is, I know they say the age old sticks and stones will break your bones, but names will never hurt me. That's not true. Names can hurt you, but only if you give them the power to do so. These
Mm.
people are nothing to you, and everyone in your life that knows you, that loves you, that cares about you, knows whatever they're saying isn't true, and nothing else really matters.
You're
So
absolutely right. Yep.
let them get on with it. Let them
That's
be angry
right.
and bitter, and one day karma will come for them. I'm certain of it.
I love your attitude about it. Same here. Absolutely. And look who they blindly follow. That tells me a lot
Oh,
about their intelligent
exactly.
levels.
Yeah, exactly.
And then another question I got for you was, do
Yep.
you think that Megan will see her father again?
No,
I
no,
don't
I
think so
don't.
either.
I sadly don't.
Mhm.
I think that Meghan. I don't even like saying it because I like Thomas.
Mhm.
And it upsets me because, as I
Yeah,
said, like I've lost my dad and stuff. But I think when
sure.
Thomas is gone, I think Meghan will come out of the woodwork
I
and she
think
will
so
come out with
too.
some sort of victim story to try and
Mhm.
justify why she's been so cruel and horrid about her father, why she cut him off. Um, but yeah, that's, as I said, it's awful. You think, oh, you shouldn't really think that. Meghan surely wouldn't do anything that diabolical. It's like track record history. Look at what she's done to the whole of Harry's family. Look at all the lies that she's come out with. Of course, she is capable of it. And I will
Yes.
say, back to your previous question a
Uh-huh.
while back, to do with if they divorce.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Harry, wow. The things
Yeah.
that she's going to say about him, make up
Yes.
about him, just it's going to make Diana and Charles's divorce look like child's play, that's for sure.
I think so too. I'll be here with the popcorn talking to you about it.
Yeah, I mean it would be absolutely vicious. Think War
Uh-huh.
of the Roses, but
Uh-huh.
again, like I said, possibly, well, not possibly, it would be a lot worse. It
I
would be
think
a
so
lot worse.
too.
It would be bad.
Yes, I'm here for it. There
They
won't
certainly
be
provide the entertainment anyway. So
Yes, absolutely. And then, to wrap it up, I know you recently appeared, on Dan Wooten's show. That's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience? What was he like? How did it go?
well, obviously, I met Dan at Lady C's ball. He's
Yeah.
really lovely. He's really,
Oh,
really nice.
that's awesome.
He's just really easy to talk to. So
Mhm,
I was a bit nervous about appearing on his show because it's quite
mhm,
a big show. I'm so used to watching him on the news, and I felt like I was on the news. But you are
mhm.
technically, because that's what his outspoken YouTube channel is. This is
Uh,
him talking about the real things that are happening in the world, but without the constraints and giving biased reporting, because he hasn't got managers telling him or threatening him, or he's going
mhm.
to get the sack if he says it. So yeah, it was actually really good. I hope to appear on the show with him again.
That's great.
As I said, it's nerve-wracking, but then I get nerves talking to everyone. I was really nervous about coming on here and chatting to you today.
Oh,
So
y
yeah.
I never ever would have guessed that. I'm very open about anxiety, and a lot of us in my comments, we talk about our anxiety. So to hear that you also struggle with this, it's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I
so
definitely
good.
have anxiety. I get
Mhm.
panic attacks and all sorts of fun. So,
Oh,
luckily I didn't get a panic attack today though.
oh,
So
that's
I was
good.
I was more excited about talking to you. But yeah.
Right back at you. And then finally, we are the Drunk Goose Club. Name that from a Sussex squad who said I sound like a drunk goose. So I now ask all my guests, if you feel comfortable, will you give us a honk honk as we close out? We all honk at each other in the comments. Believe me, you'll have 100 honks under this, but we just say
Really? A
honk
honk.
honk. Yeah,
Like a honk.
there you go.
Honk honk. What a goose. Is it, you meant to sound like a goose?
Yeah, drunken goose, however you want to do it. Yeah. I just always honk honk.
Honk. Honk. I've no idea. Well, anyway, yeah, that's my honk, honk, honk.
There you go.
There you
That's
go. I've honked.
perfect.
I've honked. I will
That is
work
the
on
most
that.
perfect honk. Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
I'm going to do my research. I'm going to do my research, and then when I next appear on here with you, Jen, or you're on my show,
Uh-huh.
I will learn how to do a proper goose honk.
That is the most perfect honk. You have nothing to worry about. It's perfect. We yeah, it's just something we do. We all honk at each other in the comments
A
because it's
drunk goose, huh?
Drunk
That's
Goose
what they.
Club. Yeah. So we always say, "Show us your honkers." So you just showed us your honkers. Thank you for that.
That
The
means
funniest,
something very different, actually.
yes, that we had HG with his deep voice honking, but he did
Oh,
like
did he? Oh,
he
bless
did
him.
honk honk. I was like, whoa.
I can't
So
imagine him doing that. I'll have to watch that after this
I
now. But
know.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. But Taz, thank you for your time. How can we support you? Tell us what video you'd love for us to go and watch of yours. Is there something?
Oh, I couldn't even think at the top of my brain.
That's
I'm working on one at the moment, actually
okay.
called The Duke of Deceit, which will be going live at some point today. So
Okay.
if you want to come and watch that, but otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah, just any of them. Just subscribe, just share them
Yeah.
with your friends, just whatever, really.
We
I
can
love the yeah.
yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Uh-huh.
No, I was just going to say, I don't mean I'd love the fact if anyone would just watch any of the videos. So, yeah,
Get ready. You're gonna have 100,000 honks in your comments now. That's what we do. We show up and we
now
honk.
that I know and now that I will understand, all I
Yeah.
can say is honk away, ladies and
Honk
gents,
away.
honk away, honk, honk.
Drunk geese and ganders everywhere. Yes. Well, thank you, Taz. This has been so lovely. I appreciate all your time and for you talking to me. Please pet your very cute dogs for us.
Oh, I will
And your very
do.
cute
I've got to go
husband.
collect
Yeah.
them. Yeah, I'll give him a pat when he comes
Yeah.
back from the gym.
Well, thank you as always, Taz. We will be talking very soon. I'll be bugging you again soon to come back. Thank
Excellent. Well,
you.
thanks a lot, Jen. Thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it. And
Yeah.
take care.
You
Really.
too.
See you
Bye-bye.
again. Bye.
How awesome was that? I had the best time talking to her. Thank you again to everybody who sent in your very thoughtful questions and for watching. Anybody else really want to go watch Practical Magic now? I do. I can't wait. But thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to read your comments on this one. Definitely give Taz some honks in her comments. What a great honk was that, right? I love it. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If there's somebody you'd like to see me talk to, please leave me the suggestions in the comments. I welcome it. I'm really enjoying sitting down and talking to my fellow YouTubers. It's been so much fun. I truly hope you guys have the best day, and I cannot wait to bring you more stuff like this. I'm still so thrilled. I cannot believe of all people that she wants to have on. She wants me. I can't even believe it. I can't wait. Guys, what a great day. Thank you for everything. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.